Fairly recently, I acquired a new obsession. It is an obsession with screaming guitar solos and wrist-shattering drum work. It is an obsession with slaying dragons, destroying your enemies, hailing Satan, and fighting for freedom. Yes, I fear I have become a metalhead. A metalhead is someone who enjoys heavy metal music. We have poor hearing, can't stand up straight, and generally dress in black. Metal has crept into my everyday life so much that it is rare for me not to have my computer speakers blasting out some AC/DC, or for people to see me in public with my earbuds in. But why am I so obsessed with this? What is it about heavy metal that appeals to me on such a primal level? The time has come to throw up your horns, bang your head, and explore deep questions about what our music taste says about us. There may not be answers, but my friends, there will be rock. The earliest forms of heavy metal emerged in the late 60s and early 70s in central England, particularly around Birmingham. Easy access to Birmingham from England's musical and cultural hubs of London and Liverpool had a significant effect on the sound of the local Birmingham musical scene. The most significant band to emerge from the Birmingham scene was Black Sabbath. Known for their turned-down and heavily distorted guitar riffs, Black Sabbath's music was considerably darker both in sound and themes than most other rock bands at the time. To this day, the subgenre of doom metal continues to mimic Black Sabbath's distorted, gloomy sound. Black Sabbath, along with London's Led Zeppelin, are considered to be the first true heavy metal bands. Metal will often create complex fantasies in the minds of its listeners. This has been great for me, as I was always a head-in-the-clouds type anyway. It's no coincidence that most metalheads are also shameless nerds. I see myself as a vengeful god, scorching the mortals from the earth to bring about Ragnarok. I see myself as a great champion, destroying the legions of evil with my blade. I see myself as a shadowy assassin, claiming another soul for some kind of dark god. Anything goes at metal shows. I've seen full-grown men dressed as pirates, living out the fantasies the music implants in their heads. Before I found metal, everyday menial tasks bored me to tears. But with metal, washing the dishes becomes a battle against the forces of darkness. Jogging becomes a frantic race against time to the end of the universe. Even just sitting around waiting for class to start suddenly gains urgency and excitement with heavy metal added. A lot of people, we'll get to them in a moment, say that the fantasies heavy metal projects in the minds of its listeners are unhealthy. For me, it's release. It allows my imagination to run completely free. I can be whoever or whatever I want to be, and there will always be a kick-ass soundtrack. There's a very us versus them mentality to heavy metal. As a metalhead, I feel like I have many enemies, both real and perceived. There are definitely those who don't care for our choice of music and lifestyle. In 1985, a group of senators' wives led by Tipper Gore formed the Parents Music Resource Center, a censorship group determined to protect the children from music, seeing as parents at the time couldn't be bothered. Needless to say, the Parents Music Resource Center did not take kindly to heavy metal. The PMRC released a list of songs they found the most morally offensive, known as the Filthy 15. Metal bands performed 9 of these filthy songs. Even today, the religious right remains the biggest enemy to the subculture. A quick Google search of anti-metal views will reveal a cornucopia of blogs written by the semi-literate, informing me that I'm a devil worshipper and am going to hell. Ridiculous. I don't worship the devil. Sacrificing all those goats was just getting too expensive. Are metalheads so nice because our enemies are so cruel? I like to think it was something noble like that. All I know is that metalheads are some of the nicest people I've ever met. Before I started listening to metal, I don't think I could have ever approached a 7-foot-tall man covered in spikes and leather. Since, I go for it. He's probably a cool dude. I've always been a bit of an introvert. I wouldn't say metal has cured that or made me come out of my shell. I do have an easier time around other people now. I feel happier and more confident interacting with my everyday. The world is a more epic place for me now. I look out and see a great frontier waiting to be explored. Great adventure and glory await any who just take some time to listen.